Hello.
Yes. Check, check.
Here we are. Welcome to Live Saturday Night from Longmont. Okay. Do you remember where that was? Okay.
Down the microphone to the cover.
Yep. Welcome to Live Saturday Night from Longmont. Our guests tonight have had hits on the Global Blues chart. They had 2 top 10 albums in Colorado in 2023 and the #1 album in Colorado in February of 2025. Their sound is a fusion of Delta blues, bluegrass, honky tonk, hokum, and acoustic jam. Ladies and gentlemen, Mad Dog Blues.
Thank you. Perfect. That was a test.
That was a test, yeah.
So long as we have audio, at least on one channel, you can send it up and let's go ahead and go.
took care of that. Thank you. No, I'll take that all day. Thank you. I'll take 3 rather than none
Hey, Denny,
any day. Thank you.
Denny, can I have you move over here to give me my signal? That way I'm not looking all over the world before I look at the camera. Yes, perfect, thank you.
I'm waiting on your cue. Are you ready? We're set?
Yes. Yes, yep.
Ready on the floor.
Like this way? Which way?
In that case, give Demi a countdown. Mike, you ready?
Yep.
You guys ready? Let's go ahead here to do this. Let's go out to the floor, Demi. It's your show.
Okay. Ready on the floor. 5, 2, let's go.
Welcome to Live Saturday Night from Longmont. Our guests tonight have had hits on the global blues chart. They had 2 top 10 albums in Colorado in 2023 and the #1 album in Colorado in February of 2025. Their sound is a fusion of Delta blues, bluegrass, honky tonk, hokum, and acoustic jam. Ladies and gentlemen, Mad Dog Blues.
Goodbye, oh Mr. Blues. Goodbye, oh Mr. Blues. I'm gonna do my best now, get along without you. You know we talk. Call me well. Oh, you saved my life when my life was a hell. Won't you give me this chance? Won't you give me this chance? Oh, I think it's finally time for my happy dance. Thank you so much. Welcome back. Tell us a paid my dues. Paid all them dues. time for you to go now, Mr. Blues. Blues. You know you opened my heart. Yeah, Mr. Blues. You know you opened my heart. Oh, don't feel bad now that we got apart. Mr. Blues, let me show you the door. Mr. Blues, let me show you the door. Yeah, somewhere down the road, sure need you more. Well, we're feeling very, very honored to be here tonight and be with you all. It's a pretty new thing, isn't it? The deck. Yeah. So, yeah, we're really honored to be on the deck. We'll do one of Jeff songs now.
It's a sunny I was thinking now it's outside, I'm gonna go for a ride, do the things used to do. Time to write songs about the weather and the good times we had together. Is the perfect rhyme for the perfect waste of time on a sunny day. Throw the worries away. Gonna clear my head, get up out of bed to the sunny day. Songs about the weather and the good times we had together. Seems to find is the perfect rhyme for the perfect waste of time on a sunny day. Throw my worries away. Gonna clear my head, get up out of bed to the sunny day. Gonna clear my head, get up out of bed to the sunny day. Thank you.
All right, we're going to pick it up a little bit here. This is called Dime Store Women. Yes, a good woman, no. Good man is hard to find. Yes, a good woman, no. Good man is hard to find. Yeah, tell me what it takes just to make you mine. You say I try too hard, baby, but you don't try at all. I try too hard, but you don't try at all. Keep it out, darling. You should have let me fall. Yep. Tell me now, baby, how free you wanna be. Whoa, tell me now, baby, how free you wanna be. Ain't no kind of freedom really come for free. Yep, I told you that I love you, sure to scare you away. Yep, I told you I loved you, baby, sure to scare you away. Yep, I told you I was leaving, you've been begging me to stay. Yes, I love you so many, I want just one so bad. Yes, I love me so many, I want just one so bad. I wanna have you, baby, not to feel like I've been had. You, baby, the more you wanna end. Why these dime store women want men who don't want them, I'll never know. Yeah, the dime store women, I was looking for a change. Yes, the dime store women, they're looking for a change. No lover that they can't exchange. Yeah. All right. We're going to do one of Sean's songs now.
I'm your A train, baby. Yeah, I'm your third rail. Oh, don't you just send me off like the U.S. mail. Make me believe in love again, Lord. Tell me that ship hasn't sailed. I'm your boxcar, baby. We'll climb in and we'll get by. Let that old engineer move us on down the line. just fall back in my arms and we'll get where we're getting in time. Oh, now life is life, and well, this is love. I'm in it, it's true. We've got the night and the stars above. I'm gonna pull down the sky and cover you with it. Cover you with it, babe. You know I can take it slow. Oh, I'm an easy rider. Let you show me where to go. Oh, let me handle you and love you like you never known before. I'm your steam engine, baby. Come on and stoke my fire. You know you move me with passion. You fuel me with your desire. I'm gonna lift you up and carry you home and lay your body next to mine. Life is life and now this is love. I'm in it, it's true. We've got the night and the stars above. I'm gonna pull down the sky and cover you with it. Cover you with it, baby. Thanks. This is a medley of two tunes, because I just couldn't finish either once I smushed them together. Smushed is a musical term you might not be familiar with.
haven't had a Southern Fried Saturday, I think you need to come out. So, it's going to be at the Mercantile, Meade, Colorado, 4340 Highway 66. Don't miss it, but you'll be able to catch it. I also have partnered up with Faded Social Bar, Golf and Social Bar. That's Faded Golf and Social Bar in Arvada. And I need to send a shout out to my partner from Goonsville Clothing. That's another partner I picked up. I'm glad to have everybody here and glad to be back with you, my friend.
It's wonderful having you back here. And actually, give us a little bit about your history. Obviously, you are not a native Coloradan. I sort of got that from your accent. And I know you think I'm the one with the accent, but trust me, I'm not, you are. When did you move to Colorado?
2011.
So you've been here a few years.
2011, I moved out here with an oil field company, and I just happened to have my supervisor in the house from the oil field company, Joe Welch. I just have to throw that out there. We moved out here together. But, yep, and from that point, I just kept cooking. That's my passion.
That's your passion. And if you have a job that is your passion, it's going to be a winner.
All day long.
And having tasted your food, his ribs are to die for. Let me tell you right now, they are brilliant. But the catfish, heavenly. Heavenly catfish. Glenn, I'm going to call you. No?
Louisiana Glenn,
Louisiana Glenn.
a.k.a. Shark with the Fork.
Absolutely.
Mr. Get the Job Done.
So tell me, what's it like being in front of the cameras like this? Because this is not something that you're really used to.
I don't do it. It's kind of strange, but I'm kind of liking it.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Very interesting.
I mean, we've got no idea how many people are watching us. Hopefully thousands.
Millions.
Billions.
That's it.
Let's go. No, we can't go any higher, can we? It would be a crowded old earth if we did.
Hey, more food for everybody.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, anything else of interest happening for you?
Nothing other than trying to get exposure, put the name Louisiana Glen, put a face with a name.
Right.
Put a face with a name and give people great food.
Absolutely. So don't forget, Mercantile on 66. Look it up on the internet. You'll find it in a heartbeat. It's dead easy to find. You will have some of the best food going.
Matter of fact, not to cut you off.
Go.
You're going to have prime time food at a prime time place at a prime time spot.
At a prime time price.
At a prime time price.
So absolutely. So you're Mr. Prime Time.
Something like that.
I always knew that of you.
I'm trying to reach out.
Reach out.
That's it.
I've got a funny feeling that catchphrase may have already been taken by a telephone company.
No, not a telephone company. We all know who. We all know who, but not a telephone company.
That is true. That is true. Okay then, Glenn, thank you so much for joining us. As always, it's a pleasure sitting down and chatting with you. And we're going to have to do another cooking show.
Yes, we will.
Because I made a good sous chef. Well,
you did.
Wine opener.
You did. But remember, April 12th, the Mercantile, Southern Fried Saturdays. Great food, good fellowship, great people. Come out and see us.
Perfect. Okay, everybody, we will be back.
Saturday night from Longmont. We're here with Mad Dog Blues. Thanks for showing up tonight, guys, and playing for us. Really cool stuff. Really fun to watch you and listen to you so far. Let's introduce everybody, and if you could also give your nickname and what your role is in the band. And whoever wants to start first.
My nickname is Rocket, I think is the most appropriate nickname. Not my real name, but I will accept it. And my role in the band is to add as much nonsense as possible.
Perfect.
I'm Mad Dog, and I'm in love with this band. I love this sound, and these guys are fantastic, and they're like a dream come true for me. I don't have any nicknames.
I'm Jeff. What's my nickname? Bonehead, knuckle bones. I got a couple of them, I
You
guess.
got to explain that one. Yeah, I never understood what that was.
Oh, the bone.
That
It
bone
involved
head.
beer and selecting a user ID that hadn't been used before. So, my sister. So it's her fault. That was a long time. As a matter of fact, it was at Netscape.net, if you remember that. Or some of you were born, I think. Yeah, I play mandolin for the band, and Mad Dog's great. Right, it's great. It's a lot of fun doing this.
Clark, do you want to go?
Sure. My nickname is Turn Down.
That's not your
And
nickname.
let's see, I'm doing.
He is.
Yes, I got this hat. You didn't.
Maybe we got our nicknames mixed up. Was mine actually turned down? It could be.
Now you blew my train of thought. What was I thinking? Oh, I play bass. Play stand-up bass. So these guys write songs, and they need a bass line, so I put a bass line to it. And they're great songs.
You're the bass player.
My name is Mark Kazarowski, otherwise known as, in high school I was known as Kaz, because everyone mispronounced my name. So K-O-Z, Kaz, but it's really Kazarowski. And I'm a guitar player, singer, throwing some songs here and there, and just try to help the band sound good. Yeah.
Very good. Now people can know what they're looking at, who you guys are. Historically, in blues artists especially, came up with monikers for a couple of different reasons. They would use them to kind of express the style that they were doing and the messaging that they had, which was especially true with Hokum. But they also would use it to kind of bypass contract restrictions, such as who you could record with, where you could record, what you could record. So having said that, you guys aren't living in the era where they had to do monikers all the time just to do business. How did you come up with your nicknames? Did they just happen, or did you do it intentionally?
Well, mine goes. There's a lot of time, a lot of stories with mine. Doesn't have much to do with the band, really.
Yeah. There you go. Anybody else?
I told you about mine.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, mine was a high school. It was a basketball nickname for all my teammates. But none of these guys call me. I just had to kind of pull that
Just to carry.
out, yeah, from the past. But I go by Mark, you know.
And the champ, is that because you hold up the band?
Oh, yeah, sometimes they do. Sometimes they're waiting on me to
He's the
to
champ.
show up. I hold them up once in a while, yeah.
The heavyweight. That's good. That's funny. And I think Mad Dog threw the name Rocket out there because I like to ride the improvisational wave,
Okay. Okay.
and so I'm not afraid to accelerate and launch or hold back and chill or anything in between.
Cool.
It's fun.
Now, you guys' sound pulls from genres that include artists like Bessie Smith, Brownie.
Brendan and Sonny.
Yep, Brownie McGee and Sonny Boy Williamson.
Sonny,
Farron Young.
Sonny Terry.
Okay.
Brendan
Okay.
McGee, Sonny Terry. Sonny Boy Williamson 1 and 2.
Yep.
They were Sonny Boy 2 was a big hero of mine
Okay. Okay.
growing up, and I recently really got into Sonny Boy 1. And talk about monikers. Sonny Boy took Sonny Boy's moniker because
Yes.
Sonny Boy was so popular. So he already had a name for himself. It was like, I guess, the original tribute band.
And they were like what, 40 years apart or something, right? So it created some confusion, which is why they came up with the ones and the twos and everything else.
Oh, they deliberately created some confusion.
Yeah.
As far as that goes.
There's some other artists that when I listen to them, they feel like crossover artists where they do blues and ragtime and things like that. Big Mama Thornton.
Right.
Who do you guys listen to, and how they influence the way you play?
You want to start, Sean?
Sure. There's a guitar player named Phil Keggy who has a couple pieces of music that are like holy grails of guitar work. And one of them is 12 plus minutes of just him and his drummer after a studio session was done. So it's entirely improv, off the cuff. And yeah, that's still something that's like one of the first things I heard that pulled me into really wanting to play when I was like 13, 14 years old. And I still listen to that several times a year. And I'm like, yeah. I've heard other guitar players reference pieces of that piece of music in their solos. And I'm like, that's a Keggy riff. Nice work. So definitely him. Jimmy Page and Led Zeppelin were a huge influence of kind of the intro ground to the blues through rock and roll. And then Mississippi John Hurt would probably be the one that I would throw up near the top of the list of actual blues artists that I found and still find deeply influential. Really cool, laid back, folk style, different approach to a lot of the songs. And he's just got this aura of calm and peace about him that's unapproachable. It's cool.
Anybody else?
Jeff. I listen to these guys. I used to play guitar. That's how I met Mark at a friend's house. We used to go over there Thursday nights, and one day I looked around. There was like 5 people playing guitar, and I thought, well, I'll try something different. And so I got a mandolin. And the mandolin is these days associated with bluegrass, but in the early days, it was a big part of the blues bands. Kind of lost out after everything got real loud, electrified. But they did make. I have a resonator mandolin too. It's kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, I listen to all kinds of things. I grew up really on show tunes. My dad liked the Jackie Gleason Orchestra. My mom listened to a lot of classical. I listened to rock and roll, but I really liked a string band. Doc Watson was like, whoa, that blew me away. I thought, that's what a guitar is for. But as I said, I went over to the mandolin. I'm really glad I did. And I really wasn't playing much blues until Mad Dog said, hey, let's try it out. And I'm really glad I did. I wasn't sure what I was going to do to begin with, but yeah, it's worked out great. So these guys are a huge influence to me.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, I would say the same thing about Jeff. Actually, I've been playing with him since 2002, and I think we pick up each other's tendencies. And he's been playing mandolin for a long time, and I've been doing the guitar. We slowly but surely just started to play off of each other. So I hear myself playing high stuff like a mandolin would, but other than my friends, I'm a lot like Sean. I grew up listening to a lot of classic rock. So my older brother was a huge influence as far as his musical collection went. And so it was a lot of AC/DC and Led Zeppelin and Deep Purple and Jimi Hendrix and Cream and all the guitar heroes of the 70s. And then a little bit later, as far as acoustic, it was probably a lot of Neil Young, the chunk kind of stuff. And then, but once you get that deep, you listen to anything and everything you possibly can. But I would say early on, for sure, it was the rock stuff. Like I'm very much a rock and roll fan. So
a lot of these bands that you're mentioning, really leaned on blues a lot. In their stuff too. So.
For sure.
Yeah. Anybody else? Okay.
Yeah, I'll just say I've been listening lately to a lot of, well, I guess it's ensemble country blues. I rediscovered some tracks that have like, it has Sonny Terry and Brownie McGhee with Lightning Hopkins and Big Joe Williams all playing together. And I've been really listening to that a lot. But I listen to a lot of different styles of music too.
Cool.
But yeah, I've always been in love with the country blues, the simple guitar and guitar harmonica blues of the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
And Taj Mahal is probably my biggest influence right now that's alive.
Okay. Okay. Now, you had mentioned about playing mandolin and guitar and things, and bluegrass and blues. When kind of was the transition? Because you don't really think, I think most people don't think of mandolin being an original blues instrument.
Right, they
More of
don't,
a
yeah.
bluegrass instrument.
Exactly,
And
right.
so
right.
how did that transition happen? Do you know?
Well, I really wasn't. I like bluegrass, but I wasn't playing a whole lot of it. And my mandolin influences. There's a guy named Rich Del Grosso who does play blues. Mike Marshall, just an incredible mandolin player. You don't hear much about. And of course Dave Grissman and Chris Thiele. More Grissman, I think, that style. But I think so much of it just blends. I mean, Chris Thiele said, "What's the difference between playing a fiddle tune and a Bach tune? You know, there's a bunch of notes stick together, and you got to time it right."
Yeah.
So, to me, a lot of that stuff just blends together.
Yeah.
I guess that's the only way I can put it.
That leads me to, you know, I think most people, when they think blues, they think of a guy in a guitar or a guy in a harmonica.
Yeah.
And so when you have, you know, an upright bass and a mandolin and a second guitar, harmonies, you know, most people don't think of blues with harmonies, they think of bluegrass with harmonies.
Oh, yeah.
So how do you guys meld all that together when you're writing?
It was common in the 30s and 40s to have mandolin in the blues.
Okay.
The harmonica kind of took the place of the fiddle as a less expensive instrument. And what we really, or at least what I really love, is that music that's before it was blues, country, bluegrass, whatever you want to call it, before the genres.
Yeah.
Because quite honestly, the genres are just commercial and racist. And back then they were very racist. And I picked my first B.B. King album up in a black music store. That was the only place you could get it.
Right. And I mean, it basically all is just Americana, right? When it comes down to it, a lot of those genres came out of.
You know, it was regional. It was regional. There, you know, like Sean was talking about Mississippi John Hurt. He was a big influence on Merle Watson. You know, and they influenced each other. They didn't necessarily. Well, Doc Watson was blind. He didn't see the color.
Right.
It's just music in the area, and they just like we respond to the music of our friends in this area.
Yeah.
They responded to the music back then.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. How do you guys approach your vocal style? I noticed that, you know, a couple of you sing and you write your own stuff. Do you have a certain influence when you go in to write, or do you just kind of wing it when you write?
Stuff just pops into my head, and then I forget a lot of it. But yes, one of the things that amazes me about this band is we'll practice something and we'll get it down, and then when we play it live, somebody else will start putting something in the background, or they just change stuff up. It doesn't like surprise you or freak you out or anything. It's just like, oh, that was cool, or they add a little harmony because as we're playing, that sounds right. It's an organic.
Yeah.
It kind of happens little by little, and then the song becomes this.
Yeah. And I think that goes back to the improvisation that's part of blues. And I noticed watching you guys perform that you really keep an eye on each other and feed off of each other, when, you know, especially when you go into your solos, which is so cool to watch and so cool to hear, because you can hear kind of the direction things are going, which is really, really fun.
I think blues is really, it's a feeling-driven art, deeply feeling-oriented. You can play one note on any instrument and just let it drone and chant and sing and stomp your feet, and we'd probably call it a blues song if it had the right feeling to it. But blues specifically, technically speaking, is a style. It's a chord progression. It's a rhythm set that you're going to move and variate slightly, but for the most part, you can tell that something is blues because there are a few certain key characteristics that are being highlighted. But I don't think that's what really makes it. Kind of in the same way with songwriting, there's some songs I've written that are very technical. I wanted to write a song in this structure, in this form. I wanted to write a country waltz, so I did.
Gotcha.
And it needed to fit in, kind of in the box that I had in mind there, with minimal adjustment. Other songs, kind of like Jeff said, just like showed up in pieces, sometimes almost whole, and those are more of a like watching somebody else do a sculpture that you get to become responsible for. That started off as this raw thing, and then you get to be like, oh, it's a sailboat.
Does that
It's
change
cool.
when you bring it to the band?
It does, definitely, and I think you have to be willing to let it evolve and grow,
Yeah.
because it's an evolution, just like you are. It's never really a fixed point, and so it's neat to hear it take on new shape and new ideas come out, and you're like, oh, well, that's what it's missing. That's so cool.
Yeah.
A lot of times, it's not you that would have thought of that. It's some other piece of the puzzle was necessary. So.
I agree with Sean there, and I also agree with Jeff that it's an organic process. For me, it can be, sometimes I'll make up a song on the spot. Sometimes I'll, last time we had a gig, last 2 times we had a gig, I said, hey guys, I got a new one for you, play a 12 bar, and I sang something.
Yeah.
I tend to bring songs that are really raw and feeling to the band before they're done. And we'll perform them, even record them sometimes. I think there's a good example is our song Never Again. There's a video version of that out, and it was released as a single right after the October 6 Hamas attacks in Israel. And then when we got in the studio, I rewrote it and made it into more of a minor thing, and it's a mature song now.
Right.
And I think what I'm really trying to say is the songs go where they go. We kind of just follow the songs.
Yeah.
And
And you can see that when you perform it live, how you're watching each other and moving it into different places. It's really, really cool to watch.
I would also add that a lot of us are open micers.
Okay.
So I moved to Lafayette in 2008, and I started to go to this local open mic, and I did it for probably 8 or 10 years every single Wednesday, and met a lot of people, and brought Jeff up there, and you learn how to sit in with people, and you learn how to become a musician, basically, because you're thrown all kinds of, sometimes they're very easy things, but you have a lot of opportunity to try to be creative, and then you'll go home and learn cover songs or maybe write your own song, and then you bring it back, and then somebody else sits in with you. And so for me, that was very, very important. And not to mention that I played with Jeff for a long time, and Mad Dog as well, in various incarnations. And it's like having a conversation with somebody. You just learn how to talk to them, and you understand what they're going to throw at you, and vice versa. And so you have a little bit more liberty. And so when you start writing songs, you have an idea of how you want to approach the construction of the song, right? And so when Sean comes in, like when I come into the band, and then I meet Sean, and then he throws some new original songs, and we start arranging them, we already kind of have a school to lean on, So open mic for me was a big, big, big deal, and that's really where I kind of cut my teeth every single week, Yeah.
Yeah, put this band together. Mike met Clark at the Oscar Blues Blues Jam. I met Sean at the open mic that.
Is it Vision Quest?
Yeah, the Vision Quest World Music Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's there's a great musician community out there, and sometimes you just find the right people.
Yeah, there are a lot of musicians around here. It's cool. You never know who you might run into. Well, I think we'll get back to some more music. What do you guys think? You ready to play some more music?
Sure.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Mad Dog Blues. welcome back to Live Saturday Night from Longmont. What is everybody thinking of the music you're hearing so far? Hope you're enjoying it. Good, good. All you folks out there watching the streaming, make sure you comment and let us know what you think of these guys. And now let's get back to some music from Mad Dog Blues.
I come to your door whenever I can. And when I give it to you, baby, I'm sure you'll understand. You'll understand I'm the liver man. Oh, someone said you're sad and blue. You need some loving but don't know who to do. Well, I got a package, baby, just for you. 'Cause someone said you're all sad and blue. I got something for you, baby. Ain't nothing to sign. It feels so good it will blow your mind. Same day service, overnight express. I'll get it to you for all the rest. You're gonna love it, baby. You're gonna think it's best. That same day service, overnight express. Special delivery right to your door. I'm thinking now just what it's for. You're gonna love it, baby. You're gonna howl for more. A special delivery right to your door. Yeah, I got a package, baby. It's big and long. It's so big you're gonna think it's wrong. Find out, baby, I ain't no liar. What's inside sure to stoke your fire. Go on, shake and squeeze it, baby, all you desire. Gonna find out, baby, I ain't no liar. You know now, baby, I'm the liver man. I come to your door whenever I can. And when I give it to you, baby, I'm sure you'll understand. You'll understand I'm the liver man. Now for something a little more Doc Watson style.
This is a song Mad Dog wrote, and that at one point in time he asked me if I wouldn't mind learning it, and I did, and I really love singing and playing it now for the last couple of years. So this is called Price You Pay. Do you want to talk a little bit more about this? Or?
Yeah, I wrote this with Thelonious Smith, a local guitar player, and we wrote it when people were starting to come back from Katrina and the flood after Katrina, and thinking about how things have changed there, and then we brought it back out, recorded it with Rex Peoples singing it, and during the flood of 2013, and we had a track on Bandcamp that all the proceeds went to help musicians in Boulder County. So it's got a long history, this song. And so, I don't know, it seems to be something that we find ourselves needing to play more and more often these days.
Ruby, sapphire, diamonds and gold, all the money the hands can hold. Such a nice place, flood stowed away, nothing left now but hell to pay. Baby cried when flood waters came. Wash them clean, just don't wash them away. It's so hard to breathe when you've lost everything to need. All them riches shine today, sure ain't worth the price you pay. Your brightest dreams sure to fade. The more you hold on, the more it slips away. It's so hard to start all over again. Me no blues on my only friend. Still got a song, still need to sing. Stops to flood those memories they bring. Them that got sure got everything. What we got is what the morning brings. All I own was washed away. Nothing left now but hell to pay. All them riches shine today, sure ain't worth the price you pay. Your brightest dreams sure to fade. The more you hold on, the more it slips away. All right, Sean.
ruby, sapphire, diamonds, and gold. Take that money, can't take my soul. Give me home, heart and stone. Top of the hill, rest my tired bones. All them riches shine today, sure ain't worth the price you pay. Your brightest dreams sure to fade. The more you hold on, the more it slips away.
Thank you.
Well, this next one, I actually wrote this song thinking I would do sort of like a Kurt Vonnegut kind of character exaggeration thing with some characters I'd heard about down in New Orleans, you know, and the Gigi and all that. And so I wrote this song. It's called Mojo Queen. It ends up being perhaps more about my ex-wife, but that's where it goes, songwriting. You talk about how, you know, you follow where to go, it takes you.
Right, what you know, huh?
Right, what you know. Walking down the street, who you think I see? All the people move away when she walked up to me. With each step she took, yeah, the ground it shook. Everybody talking about the money, all the money she took. She look you in the eye, shake a monkey's paw, stick a popper with a pin, just to see him fall. It takes two eunuchs, Lord keep her clean. Yeah, one wrong word, and she get mean. She too tin for your drink gasoline. Yeah, she chop off your arm just to steal your ring. She a mojo queen.
Mojo queen,
Oh, mojo queen.
mojo queen,
She a mojo queen.
mojo queen.
Yeah, mojo queen. Jeff Beck on mandolin. Hey, Mark. Clark Chancellor on bass, ladies and gentlemen. Kazarowski on guitar, ladies and gentlemen. Sean Benight on guitar, ladies and gentlemen. make her brew lies and tell. That don't do it. She got these pills to make the young girl cry and make the old man scream when she talk with ghosts and read your dreams. She seduced me with Red Rooster wine. Yeah, she wiggle her hips and make my hoodoo shine. Yeah, she's proud as warts inside my hand. Lord, she turned my monkey into a man. She a mojo queen.
Mojo Queen,
Oh, mojo queen.
Mojo Queen,
She a mojo queen.
Mojo Queen,
Yeah, mojo queen.
Mojo Queen,
She a mojo queen.
Mojo Queen,
Oh, mojo queen.
Mojo Queen,
And she a mojo queen.
Mojo Queen,
And she a
Well, he said, I'd hate to die here as the rope went over his head. Won't you take me back home? You can kill me there instead. I'll take my sentence, but guilty for my crime. Please hang me once we cross that state line. 'Cause if you bury me in Kansas, my soul won't find its way. Well, there's a place where I belong, but there's a night here in the plains. I'll take my sentence, but guilty for my crime. Please hang me once we cross that state line. Now I did the killing, the other fella did the dying. He'd still be around if he hadn't been cheating and lying. I ain't planned to get away, believe me, I won't run. Don't let me die in the El Dorado sun. 'Cause if you bury me in Kansas, my soul won't find its way. Well, there's a place where I belong, but there's a night here in the plains. Ain't planned to get away, believe me, I won't run. Don't let me die in the El Dorado sun. And if I may, I'll make one last request. Let's find another state where I can take my last breath. Go ahead, Mad Dog. the rope a little looser and I'll get down on my knees. I'm at your mercy, you know I won't kick or scream. Send me east to meet my maker in the land of misery. 'Cause if you bury me in Kansas, my soul won't find its way. Well, there's a place where I belong, but it's not here in the plain. I'm at your mercy, you know I won't kick or scream. Send me east to meet my maker in the land of misery. I'm not really all that picky, this body's just a loner. West to Colorado or south to Oklahoma now. East to meet my maker in the land of misery. Thanks.
Kansas.
Tell me who was that ride? John the Revelator. Tell me who was that ride? John the Revelator. Who was that riding? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seas. God walked down the cool of the shade, called out him by his name. He refused to answer, 'cause he was naked and ashamed. Tell me who's that ride? John the Revelator. Tell me who's that ride? John the Revelator. Who was that riding? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seas. Christ had 12 apostles, 3 he led away. Said, watch for me 1 hour as I go yonder and pray. Tell me who's that ride? John the Revelator. Tell me who's that ride? John the Revelator. Who's that riding? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seas. there and I heard every word he said. I said, go tell my disciple. I said, meet me in Galilee. Tell me who's that right? John the Revelator. Tell me who's that right? John the Revelator. Who's that riding? John the Revelator. Wrote the book of the seven seals. Tell me who's that riding? John the Revelator. Who's that riding? John the Revelator. Who's that riding? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals.
All right, we're going to bring up a guest artist on this next one here. Behind the sound we've had all night, just working, making the sound good. Roger DiNardo is here, and he is going to play some harmonica with us.
Dinardi.
DiNardi.
Dinardo's fun too.
That's close. I'm going to let her off. I'm going to get you. DiNardi is here to put down some harp. To my same old used to be. Put your arm around me like a silver around the sun. Love my baby like a easy rider gun. If you don't believe I love you, look at the fool I've been. If you don't believe I'm sinking, look at the hole I'm in. I'm stealing, stealing. Baby mama, don't you tell on me. I'm stealing back to my same old used to be. Stealing, stealing, baby mama, don't you tell on me. I'm stealing back to my same old used to be. Stealing. I got a woman by my hiding side. She's an older woman, so you know she treat me kind. And the night loving the fool I've been. Leave out singing the whole life. Baby mama, stealing back to my same old used to be.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Thank you.
Here from Mad Dog Blues Band. Woo!
Thank you, thank you.
All right, everybody. Mad Dog Blues. Good times tonight. Before we close this out, I'd like Mad Dog to tell us a little bit. You got an album that just dropped. You've got a gig coming up.
Let's start with the gig. It's at Bricks. Stage on Bricks is called now. Bricks are right there on Main Street. Down with fourth and Main, I guess, or somewhere around there.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful venue in Longmont. So that's on May 17th, Saturday, May 17th. So please come see us live. And when you do, we'll give you a free download card for our CD that dropped on March 21st.
Very cool.
Yes, it's called Going to Be Together, and it features all live. It was a live concert, so it was all one live concert. So it's like to hear us live, and it's on all the streaming services, and you can download it on Bandcamp. I've got some download cards for those of you that are here tonight if you want one.
Very cool. And how can people find you?
The easiest way is just to go to ColoradoCountryBlues.com, and contact information is all in what we call our EPK. It stands for Electronic Press Kit, which is just a PDF file you can download, but the bots can't read. So it's got all my contacts on there. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys, for coming out. This was a blast.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. And everybody out there that's streaming, make sure you comment. Let them know that you like the show. And thanks for watching on Live Saturday Night from Longmont. Thanks again, guys.